Black Ops. Fucking Black Ops. These days, the Call of Duty franchise is in a bit of a major flux. The weird multiplayer-only Black Ops 4, the overall meh of Modern Warfare 2019, and the series just seems like the developers have no idea what to do. And even for those of us who were never really super into the shoot, it's sort of a bummer. Things sure didn't used to be that way though. The general consensus among the longtime fans is that Black Ops 1 was the last really great COD game. I personally think Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2 were both pretty good, but whatever. I've gone over several titles in the franchise already, but I've yet to take a critical look at Black Ops 1 until now.
Follow the whole way, all the way to the end!
Quick disclaimer, my first experience with this game was the Wii version. Yes, you heard that right. My consoles growing up were the NES, GameCube, and the Wii, so when I eventually got into COD with World at War and Blops, it was on the Waggle Waggle. This review is for the Xbox 360 version though, just to make things clear. Since this game is split between three pretty big, distinct sections, single player, multiplayer, and zombies, I'm gonna go over the graphics, sound, and general controls first. This game was released back in 2010, yeah, a whole last decade ago, and it's starting to look a tad bit dated.
There's a signal. Now! Hook up. This is it!
But, damn, it still tends to hold up.
We need those uniforms. I'll take the one on the ground.
Okay, mostly holds up. But you simply cannot look at this game and just not be impressed. There are some games of today, in 2020, which still can't pull this off.
Dragovich and Steiner are talking like old friends. I do not like this, Resnov.
Yeah, okay, there's a little bit of frame rate stutter here and there, and I'd be lying if I said all the texture work was absolutely stellar. Character models look pretty good, even if for some reason the PC isn't able to sprint as fast as the NPCs even when their life is in danger, and... Oh my god, it's Resnov! I think it's safe to say Comrade Resnov is one of the top favorite characters in COD history, and seeing him return in this game after playing through World at War brought a huge smile to my face.
We are all soldiers without an army, betrayed, forgotten, abandoned. In Vorkuta, we are all brothers.
Yes, Resnov. Yes, we are. Even the sound design is on a whole other level compared to recent COD titles. The voice acting is memorable and the music not only fits the situations, but also it hangs around in your head. To this day, I find myself occasionally humming the tune from the multiplayer main menu. And the zombie theme keeps staying classic. Last before we move on to the meat of this review, the controls are smooth as hell. Don't know about you, but I always play this game with the stick sensitivity turned all the way up. And on the 360, by extension on the Wii as well, things were sweet and responsive. It's still painful if you actually think about the amount of button presses you use up for sprinting. I know we all want to think it, but the buttons on a brand new controller will wear down eventually, and trying to control the guided missiles feels a bit floaty, though across the board, Black Ops development team did a great job in the control department. Okay, so let's look at the single player story. Carrying on, kinda, from World at War, SAD operative Alex Mason was part of a team sent in with the task of killing Castro during the Bay of Pigs invasion.
Give us a yell. Got it. Mason, on me. We search room to room till we find Castro.
Things go horribly wrong, because of course they do, and Mason is taken captive by the communists, put in a secret Soviet gulag where he meets Resnov, who then helps him escape with the goal.
All must die.
Winding through secret operations, the Vietnam War, and even a brief flashback to the year 1945, the story twists and turns with a pace which never feels too quick, all while being guided by some of the most iconic cutscenes.
Labor camp. Oh, I
hellhole called Vakuda. Oh my god.
What did they do to you, Mason?
What didn't they do?
Will forever be burned into the collective cognitive memory of those who played it. The twist at the end of Resnov not actually being there, and Mason having been brainwashed is hinted at, but upon my initial playthrough a decade ago, it took me completely by surprise. Yes, you really have to let your brain go on autopilot and not think too hard about how crazy some of these scenarios are, but in terms of Cold War era CIA stories which involve secret agents and betrayals, it holds up. That ending though, oh, that's a whole lot of cringe.
Mason! It is over. We won.
For now.
Capture the objective. Domination.
Oh, hell yeah, now we're talking. The multiplayer in World at War was a great first experience, but for my money, the stuff present in Ops 1 is the best the series has to offer. You still have to be content with getting absolutely destroyed some games, but others are extremely close.
Taking the lead.
Now those of you who continue to play Modern Warfare 1 and 2 will by now know how infected those games have become with hackers. And I'm sorry to say, but even Ops 1 is beginning to see the dreaded invisible player. So COD multiplayer is all about the grind to prestige, hitting that max level, gaining a precious prestige rank, and then working your way back up the levels to gain yet another rank of prestige. Along the way, you unlock tons of customization options for your classes. New pistols, SMGs, assault rifles, shotguns, sniper rifles, and even access to new kill streaks. Spy plane / counter spy plane will always be the best combo, via the COD points given at the end of every match. The FAMAS, legendary Curse It Is, remains my personal favorite primary weapon with the AK-74U as a close second. Though the best, and by best I mean dumbest, thing I use is a Python revolver with an ACOG scope. It is so useless and stupid, I love it. Best thing about the class customization is no one combo of weapons, kill streaks, and perks is too overpowered. Some work better depending on the game mode or even the map. Playing Search and Destroy? Yeah, you're gonna want to pick Silencer and the Ninja perk. Playing Domination? Perhaps go with the perk which allows you to put 2 attachments on your primary weapon. Getting into a match these days is admittedly a tad difficult, even with a wired connection though. Team Deathmatch is pretty easy to get going, and same with Domination, but waiting in long queues for free-for-all in any of the hardcore modes sucked. Surprisingly, I am going to be a bit critical towards the map design. Most have gone down as memorable for a good reason, giving us a COD standard of 3 lanes meant to funnel players along with plenty of side areas for more strategic play. There is one map in particular which I just hated playing on. Yeah, this one. It feels like there are just too many little nooks and crannies for people to hide in, too many windows to shoot out of, too many flanking routes. This issue of cobbled together maps only reared its head a few times during the 2007 to 2010 years, but it became a problem in the series later on. Lastly, we have the magnificent, slightly overrated, staple driven into the ground, which is zombies. Kill them, train them, solve those Easter eggs, and embrace your inevitable demise at the hands of the undead. It's almost impossible to think of negatives to the zombies mode in Ops 1, as the maps are so out there, unique, and fun to play in. The weapon's a great mix of everything from the main game, and the damn voice acting?
Hello, beautiful. I will cock you gently.
Now, I'll admit, I'm not very good at this game's zombies. Black Ops 2 is a totally different matter, but I still have tons of fun playing. Personally, I never really cared to follow the storyline here, though I know lots of friends who did, and what we got was a convoluted, silly, not taking yourself seriously at all tale of time travel, Stan Lee, and double tap root beer. Call of Duty Black Ops is a legendary title in the world of first-person shooters. Maybe not as revolutionary as Modern Warfare 1, or as gritty as World at War, but the legacy it left behind cannot be ignored. It's got a few problems, not too sure what the AI thinks it's doing here, and a tiny bit of bad map design, The graphics are just starting to show their age, and while you can certainly get into multiplayer matches, not every mode is a viable option. It's not as game-changing as MW1 was, but it still sits comfortable at a 9.0 out of 10.
He's dead!
Hello everyone, thanks so much for checking out my video. If you haven't yet, why not go ahead and take the time and subscribe to the channel and ring that little bell, that way you'll always be notified whenever I upload stuff. Thanks for all your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!